I have been a huge fan of Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell franchise since I picked up the original game on launch day back in 2002. The characters of Sam Fisher, Irving Lambert, Anna Grimsdottir, and the entirety of the fictional Splinter Cell team gripped me from the start. The tactical stealth gameplay revolutionary for the time, and being inspired heavily by the Metal Gear series of video games. 20 years, 7 games, 7 novels, numerous graphic novel and comic tie-ins, and an upcoming Netflix original animated series, and a new video game remake in development later, and you would think that you would have a long-lasting, successful franchise on your hands. That is very true, but what if I told you that all of that success, minus the upcoming remake and Netflix animated series, happened within the first 12 years of the franchise existence? That's right, it's been 9 years since the last proper title in the Splinter Cell franchise. Good old Sam has made some appearances throughout the years, since 2013 in Ghost Recon Wildlands, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and as a playable operative in Rainbow Six Siege. That all changes on March 15th, March 1st for the digital version, when a new novel and chapter in the Splinter Cell universe is released named Splinter Cell Firewall by James Swallow. Following is a spoiler-free review of the novel, which I just finished this morning. As I stated earlier, it's been 9 years since the last entry in the Splinter Cell universe, so it was with great pleasure and excitement to be able to read through this novel. Starting off, prior knowledge of the Splinter Cell franchise is not needed to enjoy this novel. James Swallow does a fantastic job of explaining the backstory of the legacy and returning characters, as well as fleshing out the motivations and story of the newly introduced characters. With that being said, however, there are some awesome Easter eggs and references to the franchise as a whole, for those like me that have been invested in this universe for close to 20 years. The story takes place 2 years following the events of the 2013 video game Splinter Cell Blacklist, and 4 years prior to Sam Fisher's appearance in Ghost Recon Wildlands. Looking at the book's cover, you see a young woman brandishing a firearm to her side, wearing tactical gear with the series' iconic multi-vision goggles over her head. The young woman happens to be Sarah Fisher, Sam's daughter. Now looking at the cover, you may think that the novel's primary focus would be on Sarah. Remember, don't judge a book by its cover, because that couldn't be farther from the truth. This journey really highlights Sam's and Sarah's rocky relationship at its forefront. However, this book is just as much about Sam's personal journey as it is Sarah's, or the rest of Fourth Echelon. Charlie Cole returns from Blacklist in all of his normal aloof charm. Anna Grimsdottir is back as the technical operations officer for Fourth Echelon. James really nailed the voice and characterization of these characters. I could hear and imagine the low and gravelly whisper of Sam's voice as he questioned Anna's tactical decisions. It was like visiting old friends again that I haven't seen in years. Without getting into spoiler territory, I wanted to talk about the villains a bit. Brody Teague could be confused with a Bond villain if you had to pick him out of a lineup. His character is selfish, ruthless, and a total man-child at times, which you will love to hate. A villain from Sam's past, Dima Aslanov, is scary in his motives and is shown in a flashback sequence, willing to do whatever it takes to complete his mission. Splinter Cells aren't known for their all-out assaults, even though when a situation dictates it, they can hold their own. And James nailed the action sequence. Shooting out lights, flashbangs, concussion grenades, and everything else you can imagine from the past Splinter Cell universe is great and present. The biggest compliment I can give this novel is that it's never boring. When they say time flies when you're having fun, that must be true because I don't know where the time went while reading this. So the verdict? James Swallow knocked it out of the park with another great tie-in novel to a fantastic series. As his previous work has shown writing Star Trek, Deus Ex, 24, and other various media tie-ins, he has taken the source material very seriously and crafted a story that is a great addition to the Splinter Cell canon. If you're a fan of spy thrillers, action, or a fan of the source material, this is a must-read. I wouldn't mind the Splinter Cell universe continuing in this format if it means we get more amazing stories like this one going forward. So I give the book a 5 out of 5. Check it out. Outstanding, amazing book. Again, if you're into any of this, please give it a look. Thank you, and I look forward to joining you inside the bunker at a later date. Take care.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I